Can you kind of elaborate what KD was meaning about the undersized guard thing as well? And if you see it in your league as well, like you see some undersized guards in the W and how they have to make it and kind of crack the code to be on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely. It's almost rare now that you see a point guard that's 6'2", right? Like a point guard who is 5'11", who's just like dominated and things like that. I think what Katie was saying, it makes sense if you look at all the teams, either the teams that are in the finals, in the conference finals, whatever it is, their team's just long. Like I remember talking to Kai about it. He's like, he had to change how he finished. Mind you, he's the freak of nature. So like, it's like, you were saying you change the way you finish, probably add in a little more spin here and there, but he just said like it's just different.
It's such
like
easier said than done for him, right? Like,
for sure. I'm like, what? But yeah, no, it's definitely different. And the games is so much more athletic. It's it's so hard to get inside the lane and not have just hands, crowding your space, deflections, all these things. And we're definitely seeing that in our game as well. I think you're seeing just girls are just getting taller and bigger and stronger. They're trusting their athleticism a little bit more. I think before it was like, I think we talked about this as well. Like it was like the 2-foot jump stop, like B-foot, like there's all these things. Not saying like take that away, but it was so preached like, don't do this. I was a part of I coached for a little bit and it was like coaches were telling their players like, don't do Euro steps, like don't be creative. And I'm like, but you have girls that are able to do all these things. Like, why not teach that? Whether they use it or not, at least they have it. You never know. And now you're seeing that way more in our game as well. It's, everyone's it's quicker and faster. You're able to kind of break away from the play a little more because you're athletic, right? And so it's definitely true. Like, the game is changing for sure. But the one thing that probably will never change is the IQ, right? Like, you could be super athletic, you could be super quick, all these things, have all the handles, but if you miss the pass, your pass is late and not on time, that affects the shooter. Or, you don't know certain things. Like that's actually why KD is still KD and why Kai is still Kai, right? It's like because their IQ is really high. Yeah. So you got to be able to understand that as well. But yeah, no, the game is definitely shifting. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, you see a dime a dozen, like not a dime a dozen, but you actually see a scarce amount of elite small guards. I think the one that always comes to mind right now is definitely Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, for sure.
For what he could do and how he could just maneuver into the lane. He's got such great footwork, his jump stop ability, his playing off 2 feet. And that kind of levels the athleticism, right? When you play off 2 feet and you get into that paint and now you have options, right? I could fade, I can get in, I could do up and under, I could kick. There's so many things you could do off the 2 feet, and I think he's a master of that. So any small guards who are watching out there, like pay attention to that guy.
Ain't like rally on that. It's like his specialty to me is like his strength. Like he's strong as hell. So it's like, because he's able to be so strong, he's able to bump and not be unbalanced. He's able to like have that on top of his own footwork and all those things. So like if you're able to if you're not, I was working out with one of our trainers. She's like, hey, if you're going to miss a lot of shots, if you're not a great shooter, then you better be fucking strong to go get the rebound. Like, it's like one or the other, right? And if you're not going to be super this, then you need to be, the other side. And so that's also a good note too. Like, yeah, you could be small, all these things and not, super athletic, gifted, but if you're strong, if you're have a high IQ, all these other things, you work hard, like that makes a big difference too. But yeah, no, it's a different category for sure, because a lot of times the mindset, if you're smaller, everyone's like, oh, post them up, mouse in the house, right? Like
free cheese,
expose them. Yeah, exactly. So for them too, it's like the mindset is that I'm not going to be a mouse in the house, right? So I think that also comes with always still being like the smaller player all along, and you get to the league or vice versa, and then now you have something that other players don't have. They might be super athletic, but if you could move them, then they're just another body.